Now to growing concerns about the deadly coronavirus officially hitting the U.S. The World Health Organization is holding an emergency meeting
than we've
right
seen
now.
in.
Now expanding to 5 U.S. airports, including Chicago.
The number of
and
coronavirus cases is rising.
Our volumes are record number of patients
This
each day in our
ICU is
hospital.
for the most critical.
Coronavirus.
Nurse Ashley Bonus has been here since the start.
As COVID-19 cases spike across the state, the public health administration...
Wisconsin just saw the 5 deadliest days of the pandemic so far. 145 deaths.
Among young people, NBC News medical contributor Dr. Kavita Patel joins me.
In weeks, more than 56
are seeing a rise in cases, and this morning,
schools in Racine now being ordered to close.
Public schools have been relying heavily on virtual learning here in Racine since the beginning of the school year.
I have things to say.
Questions
About what I do
Or will not do.
I am afraid of my identity.
I'm faking it.
I am not fine.
I repress my words.
It gets harder and harder.
With all this truth inside me.
Am I locked in or locked out?
I'm tied in knots.
Trying to find the right way.
But there's a million locks.
And they all have different keys.
I haven't located any of them.
We locked each other out.
What's on the other side of all these doors?
I don't act. I step away from myself.
I am enraged.
I can't speak, even when I have the opportunity.
It is horrifying.
I am intimidated.
With a target on my back.
It's no longer just in my skin. It's in my bones.
Can I be real for just 1 second?
I'm looking around for an open window.
This is it.
I need a minute.
Just to breathe.
I'm opening that door.
Busting the lock.
Flipping the switch.
I can't stop.
It's too late now.
I have already initiated the sequence. Once in middle school, I got like street cred for jumping out of a second-story window. After everyone called me Spider-Man. It's like you gain celebrity status when you can be enough of a delinquent, which I'm not. I just did what I needed to do to survive. All through middle school, I was misbehaving, but it was just because my sleep schedule was incredibly off because of my bipolar depression. And I was in a delirium half the time.
8th grade. Miss Cardinal's English class.
6th grade. Miss Pepper's social studies class.
We were all sitting at our desks.
The shades were open, and the sun was bright.
The kids were getting hyper and ready to leave. But we had to pay attention to our teacher, as she stands in front of the class with a news video ready to play. I look over to my best friend, Danny, and we are so bored. We just want to go football practice. But class has only started.
The day was like right before summer vacation, and we had just finished reading an article, and Miss Pepper had just turned off the lights. I don't know what rule it is for kids, but whenever the lights are turned off in the classroom, everyone just loses their minds.
Miss Cardinal says there was a court case that we should talk about. She plays the video and it's about a same-sex couple that went to a bakery to pick up their wedding cake. They had already paid for it and were just about finished When the owner of the shop asked who was the cake for, the couple explained that it was for their wedding, and
it all goes downhill from there.
The bakery owner stops the order even though the cake was already made. Then the video cuts to a moment where the couple is talking to a reporter. They are two men and one of them is crying. I feel bad. I turn to see what Danny's thinking.
It is the end of the day and the kids are freaking, going wild, jumping on tables, running around the room, yelling and hitting each other and whipping things around. My bipolar is going through the roof. I have my hands over my head just trying to survive the chaos. And I'm slowly losing my mind because I can't block it out. Imagine being drugged while you're also having a panic attack. It's like moving underwater. The edges of my vision were hazy and things were smearing as I looked at them. I'm just trying to survive.
Once it becomes clear that the video is about two men getting married, one kid starts making gagging noises and others started laughing. I hear one of them whisper, "Why are they getting married? They're guys." The teacher asked us how we felt and Ray, guy in my class, said, "Men marrying men is gross." The teacher asked me how I felt and I said, "But it's their wedding and they haven't done anything wrong to the baker." The teacher got mad, like really, really mad. It's not whether it's fair or not. The truth is, two men shouldn't be getting married. I feel myself shrinking back. And I come to what feels like a very logical conclusion. That I need to keep quiet about what I think if I want to survive.
I come to what feels like a very logical conclusion. That I need to get the hell out of this classroom right now. I start looking for exit points. I see Miss Pepper guarding the door like a defensive linebacker. She isn't letting anyone out. Somehow I know that if I ask to leave, she will tell me, "Just wait like 30 more seconds." So I break that option off. Because short of tackling this woman to the ground, there is no way out. And she already has it tough enough as it is. I don't want to shatter her hip or anything. Then, I see a window that is open. I look out and I try to judge the distance to the ground, and I'd say it is maybe a 13-foot drop, which I think is manageable. I'm confident I'll make it. I jumped off our garage roof before, and it was about the same distance. I figured if I could swing myself out, lower myself down, and hang, it will only be a 5-foot drop to the ground. And so I swing one leg over the ledge and I reach to get my other one out. I look over and lock eyes with Ruby. Her face is immensely alarmed. I think she thinks I'm trying to commit suicide, and she gets up like really fast. But I have already initiated the sequence. And so I'm lowering myself down, and she's reaching out her hand, like that part in the movie where the guy reaches out to the girl from the falling building, and he just misses her, and she's gone with the wind. So I lower myself down and drop. And then I basically run around the building to get some fresh air.
The discussion of gay marriage arrives again in high school. Miss DeMarco says there was going to be a debate on gay marriage. This time, I am interested, but I hold myself back. Marty, a guy in my advisory class, and Danny went up to debate that gay marriage is a human right. This kind of surprises me, because in advisory, Marty never speaks a word, and Danny, who has been my best friend like forever, doesn't ever talk about it. I watch as the conflict grows between the opposite sides. I hear them say gay marriage is wrong, it's immoral, it's a sin. Marty and Danny make good points, but get crushed as the opposition keeps going in circles with no real point to make except their way is the right way. Later in the lunchroom, I hear Jose at a table behind me say, "You can choose not to be gay." And then Olivia stated loudly, "Yeah, it's a choice. The wrong choice." Danny looks at me and says, "Some people," and shakes his head in disgust. Love is love. They just need to get over it. Right? Right, I say. I am surprised to hear him talking like this, like being gay is okay. I never thought he was going to be someone to speak up. I look over and I see Marty. He meets my eye. I pick up my tray and I walk away. I dump the rest of my pizza and my questions in the trash.
I'm finally outside. I sit down, take some deep breaths. It's so sunny out, and the sky was so blue. It was exactly what I needed. I felt safe.
I am so confused by everything, and I don't even know why. After the cafeteria, I am shaken up, like the rules have changed, and I don't understand them. I just want to feel safe.
Inside of me, there is another me. The me.
The actual person I want to be.
They're not far off from who I am now, but there's still a difference.
I don't know how I really feel.
I'm always questioning myself.
I think about who I am and who I'll become.
I try to ignore what I'm feeling.
I bury the questions deep inside.
But like an underground spring.
The real me.
It's finding its way out.
Inside of me, there is another me. The me. You might ask me what it means to be non-binary. The best way I can explain it is that I'm not a boy. I know that. But I also don't feel like I know what it is to be a girl, nor what it feels like to be a girl. There's a sort of separation. I grew up being treated like a girl, and I acted like one to cover my true feelings. I did a lot of replicating. When girls had crushes on boys, I pretended to have one too. I already know how I feel about being attracted towards guys, but the moment I felt that way towards another girl, my mind blew open. I saw a whole new possibility for myself, and at first, it was terrifying.
I am straight. Bernicia is my girlfriend. I am not gay. I can't be, because the Bible says being gay is evil. So, this week at Bible study, someone asked about being gay and being a Christian. The youth minister said, "It's not a sin if you're gay, it's only a sin if you act on it." That doesn't sit right with me. In fact, it makes me angry. I am done with the Bible study, and I go home. Later, me and Bernicia are watching Superman. And she says, "Ooh, he's hot." Yeah, I agree. And then suddenly, I look at his body. And a jolt of electricity runs through me. And I think, wow, he is hot. Then suddenly, I am hot, like on fire hot. And I think, chill, dude, chill. Bernicia notices and she is not encouraging me to chill. We start kissing, but the whole time, I'm thinking about Superman, which totally messes me up. I mean, am I gay now? No, because I am totally into Bernicia and she's definitely not a guy. After a while, she pulls away and we start watching the movie again. She snuggled in close to me. I look around. Everything feels the same. But I am definitely not the same.
Since freshman year, I questioned my identity all the time. I read that being bisexual is liking 2 or more genders with a preference, and pansexual is liking all genders regardless of preference. I think about this and I realize I'm not bisexual, I'm pansexual. I start taking these gender identity quizzes online because that's the type of person I am. One quiz tells me what % of my brain has male tendencies and what % has female tendencies. The results indicate that my brain is 49% male and 51% female. I'm shocked by this and I start to reconsider my gender identity. The results say that I'm non-binary, which means I don't identify as a girl or a boy. My gender and sexuality don't have a preference. I can love anyone and I can be anyone.
I'm 8 years old and I'm playing basketball. It starts to get a little chilly, so I set my ball on the porch and go and get my jacket. Then I'm looking out the window, and I see the next door neighbor kid, Ray, holding my ball. "Hey!" I yell, but he's already running away. I tell Mama, and she tells me to stay inside and play. "But Mama," I whine, and it's no use. I know Ray's family is aggressive, and Mama isn't going to get in a fight over a basketball. Jesus wouldn't want us to fight anyway, Layla, my older sister, says. I don't think Jesus wants people stealing from us either. Tonight at supper, we can hear arguing in the parking lot, and our dog Rocky is barking his head off. Ray and Aaliyah's families are fighting about a stolen bike. I don't know why Ray stole Aaliyah's pink princess bike with streamers. But Aaliyah's my best friend, so I root for her family to win. The families start to get violent. Kids are screaming. Mama runs out the door and yells, "Look at your children!" Her voice carries across the road and echoes in the parking lot, stopping them cold. "Yolanda, have Ray give back Aaliyah's bike." Yolanda turns to Ray. "Go in the house and get the girl's damn bike." Ray goes in the house and gets it. I admire my mom's strength. When she speaks, people listen. I wish I could have that same power.
I grew up in an all-white neighborhood. I'm technically mixed, but everyone here just sees me as black. When I go shopping with my mom and little sister, I hear people mumble, "She must be adopted." Actually, I never met my dad, who's black, and my mom remarried George, who's white, so My family doesn't get what it's like to be the only one in the house with brown skin. So this one time, I'm at my Grandma Carol's house and I'm talking about a volleyball game. And Aunt Rita comes up to me and she's like, "Shouldn't a black girl be playing basketball?" I cringed. And of course, my dad's all like, "Hey, Mari, you should really consider playing basketball next year. You'd be a natural." I like volleyball. Of course, when I try to say that, Aunt Rita cuts me off, saying, "You're the whitest black girl I've ever met."
It's the next day and Mama comes home with a bunch of groceries and Dad lights the grill. When Mama sees kids running past, she asks them to eat with us. They're excited, but Ray stands alone watching Daddy cook. Daddy asks him if he wants a cheeseburger, and Ray hesitates because he knows that if he accepts the offer, it means that he owes them something. Then Daddy turns and flips a burger and a bun for him. "One juicy fat cheeseburger coming up." Ray's face lights up as Mama hands him one hot off the grill. Why did they do that? Ray is the baddest kid in the block, and he's so mean to me. Why are we feeding everyone? It's clear I don't get it. Mama says, "Now girls, I know you've noticed the amount of food I've made. There's a lot of hurt people in this neighborhood, and we need to be able to show them kindness, no matter what." I don't think it'll change anything. Then I see Ray holding my ball. He walks up awkwardly and sets it down on the step. Then he says, "Tell your folks thanks." I'm shocked. I don't know what to say. I will never be able to influence people like this. I will never be that strong.
After the Superman incident, I am totally freaked out. I don't sleep for a couple of nights because I just can't stop thinking about Superman's body. This means I play like crap at my football game.
Bro, what's going on?
Nothing!
You sucked out there today.
I know!
Hey, if something's wrong, tell me.
I messed up, okay?
We'll fix it. We've got playoffs in 2 weeks, man. We can get them back.
Yeah, I know.
Franny, for real. What's up?
Will he look at me different if I tell him I'm into guys? Will it get weird? I don't want to lose Danny. He's my best friend.
Francesco, spill it. Is Benicia messing with you again?
If only it were that easy.
Is she pregnant?
No, definitely not.
Then what?
What if you found out Louis was gay?
Louis is gay?
No, man, I'm just asking.
That's a dumb question.
It is?
Hell yeah, I don't care. He's not having sex with me, so what's the deal? I mean, my uncle is gay, and that's never been an issue. Why are you talking like this?
I realize I have to tell him. Not just for him, but for me. And so, I do. And he's cool, and I feel better. In fact, I feel awesome.
What about Bernicia?
That's the weirdest part because I'm still totally into her. So what does that mean?
Bro, it means you have multiple options. That's all. You're bi.
You're not like freaked out about me?
Not really, I mean, don't ask me to marry you or nothing. I'm not ready for that kind of commitment.
Hey, you need to work out more. You got ways to go before you're Superman.
Now you can give me fashion advice when I pick out my prom suit.
I look at Danny in his beat-up football uniform, and I think that even though that I have changed, he's still my best friend. We laugh some more and he gives me a bro hug. In my mind, I never could have imagined telling him would be this easy. I thought he would never speak to me again. Now, we're closer than ever. The next day, 2 girls come into my advisory class to give an announcement.
Hi, I'm Lauren, and
I'm Ella.
We're a member of the Gay Straight Alliance, also known as GSA.
GSA is a safe space for straight and LGBTQ plus people to be together.
We would like to invite you to our meeting this Thursday.
And you can bring a friend.
If you'd like to have one, we can give you a pass.
Would anyone like a pass?
She looks straight at me. I feel panicky. Does she notice I'm bi? I look around and Marty puts up his hand and asked for 2 passes. I look at him and I wonder, is Marty gay? He looks straight at me and I look away quick. The bell rings and I pick up my stuff to meet Bernicia to walk out of class. Later in the lunchroom, Marty slides straight next to mine and says, "Hi." I freeze. Hi? Then out of the blue he says, "Francesco, would you come with me to the GSA meeting? I could use a friend." And I am shocked when I hear myself say, yes.
Sometimes I straighten my hair. I add the dark curls to make them beautiful, perfect. I remember times when girls would get kicked out of school because the principal or teacher didn't like the way their hair looked, and they couldn't come back until it was fixed. This wasn't the only issue for us in school, but it was the only one reserved for black girls. I'm in the library when a tall guy with dark skin approaches me, smiling. He says all smooth, "Nice hair, you're fine." Then the next sentence says, "But I don't date black girls." That's because we're all too good for your sorry ass, and we're not interested. He's mad now. Tells me that black girls are all loud and too mouthy, and that white girls are better than we'll ever be. I roll my eyes and walk away, and then walk faster to the bathroom so no one can see me crying. My hair, my eyes, my voice, and my ideas, they make me who I am. I can't be rid of them because they are naturally a part of me. I'm beautiful. I'm beautiful. I'm beautiful. I don't believe you.
I keep myself hidden. I don't like being judged or confronted. I'd rather hide away and let someone else be in charge. I know people see me as Ella Rose, the straight girl, but I want them to see me as Ella Rose, the pansexual person. But what if it's too late to change? It feels like I'm making up a gender identity crisis because no one else seems to notice the difference. Then the dysphoria hits. It starts with the pronouns. I like they, them pronouns. I realize how much I'm referred to as she, her. I also start noticing things about my body that make me seem really feminine when all I want to be is androgynous. I don't usually talk about my identity with other people. Seeing the confusion on their faces makes me nervous. My identity is a deep part of me and something I can't control. Some people just don't accept it. I'm left-handed, but no one's ever debated with me about which hand I write with or seen it as immoral or political. It's just something people don't debate over.
I don't sleep again, thinking about going to the GSA meeting. So, the next morning, I walk in and take a seat on the back. Lauren asked us to calm down and sit on the floor in a circle. I turn to leave because I am not about to sit on the floor. That's when Marty comes in and says, "Hey, thanks for coming. Let's sit over here." I can't leave now without looking like a jerk, so I follow him and I sit down. The floor is freezing, but it calms me down a little. Ella introduces the group and says that we should say our names, our pronouns, and our sexual preference. I listen as each member of the group just says it. When it comes to Marty, he says, "Well, I'm bi. Bipolar, not bisexual. It's my sister who's gay. I'm just here so that I can learn more about it, so that I can understand her. I am not too good with people, so here I am." I laugh too loud at his joke because I am so nervous. He turns to me and everybody else looks. I am pushing hard into the ground, trying to be chill. And I say, "Hi, I'm Francesco. And I'm bi." And just like that, it's over. No clapping, no rude comments, no hellfire. In that moment, everything is normal.
I tell people my preferred pronouns, but most wouldn't even make an effort to use them. They blatantly call me she and refer to me in highly feminine terms such as girly, but I'm not girly. I'm androgynous. I can't force a person to change their mind, but I can influence their perception by being myself without shame. I'm appalled by what people are saying online and in the media. They don't even know people like me, yet they've already made up their minds to hate us. I could spend my time finding information that disproves everything they're saying, but it wouldn't be worth it. Instead, I'm going to spend my time empowering those who, like me, are trying to make sense of who they are and looking for support. Because they're worth it.
We report again tonight on the fatal shooting of Ahmaud Arbery.
For the first time, video of Elijah McClain's final trip.
What became some of George Floyd's final moments. And
police killing of Breonna Taylor in Louisville
by a white neighborhood watchman who claimed self-defense. He walked free.
It's now part of the investigation into the shooting of an unarmed young black man a block away.
Be charged in his death.
A 23-year-old massage therapist would like to play the violin for shelter animals. He weighed just 140 pounds.
Beyond tired, they're beyond rage.
He was down. You was over him.
Officers are still listing Breonna's injuries.
Our judicial system has to change.
Black humanity now.
We're to change it. Because right now we can bring there another young black man. So Chief
With calls for peace and justice growing louder in protests and vigils across the country.
I'm on the bus ride home, and these white boys are calling the black girls across from me horrible names. The girls start scooching in their seats, trying to be invisible, but the boys just start throwing things at them. Pencils, gum wrappers, Cheetos. I mean, the bus driver doesn't do anything, and neither does anyone else, including me. I just sit there, pretending to look out the window, silent. But really, I wish I could just defend those girls. Tell those boys off. Tell them that they're full of crap. But I know it'll only make them louder and meaner. I wonder what makes them bully people that doesn't look like them. I wish I could say something, tell someone. But I don't. I'm just too scared. I want to yell, stop treating us like animals. I can feel myself like shrinking and expanding at the same time. It hurts. It's degrading. Their words actually hold power over me. I am a woman. My body's in danger too. I want to defend those girls, those women, me. But I don't. I just sit there, silent. If I can't speak up, then who will?
After a long, challenging day of keeping my bipolar under control, my worst fear finally comes true. I'm leaving math class after just failing a quiz because I didn't get any sleep this week. So I'm fuming as I step into my art medals class. I'm fortunate to only have to share the table with one other kid, Ruby, and she pretty much stays to herself. I start measuring copper for my design. Suddenly, I feel something hard hit me right in the center of my back. I look down and this chunk of metal is at my feet. I then turn to look at the other side of the classroom where this little kid named Roger is sitting. He looks into my eyes and then immediately does like a 180 spin, like that's going to fool me. I can't really say what I feel qualifies for anger. Anger feels too slow. I feel possessed. Like something forced its way up behind my eyes and my brain and I have to clamp down on it. I put down my ruler and go over to the table. He's looking like he's trying to focus. I reach out and say, "Hey, I think you dropped this," and put the chunk of metal down in front of him.
My grandma makes the best dog biscuits in the world. Our dog Rocky would do just about anything for one of her biscuits. And often, he'd run all the way to our house just to get some. So that's why we figured he had disappeared. Because he was off to Grandma's. So off, Mom, Dad, and Layla went to go and fetch him. I stayed behind to babysit my younger sister, Faith, and we immediately decided to watch a horror movie. Faith bundles up in the covers like a cocoon, and I have my pink fluffy blanket all ready to go. I turn on the movie and I get a video call, from Mom's phone. I pick it up and answer it. "Hello, Mama? Are you there?" She probably just butt dialed me, and I'm about to almost hang up when I hear Layla say from the other side of the phone, Jesus.
I return back to my table and I keep working. Then I feel that piece of metal hit me again. This time, the corner got me hard, and it hurts. I look over, and Roger is looking at his phone. I grab my metal ruler and I storm over to him. I raise it up high before bringing it down on his scrawny little neck because this girl Mariana is looking at me like I'm a legit psycho. You're not really gonna hurt him, are you? Yeah. Karate chop! I go back to my table and pretend that nothing happened. 5 minutes later, I feel that piece of metal hit me for a third freaking time. The anger is flaming behind my eyes. My rage starts to blow out of me with each breath. I hear the logical part of myself saying, you can't destroy this kid, so I decide I'm just gonna have a freaking talk with him and sort it out. I am feeling a little psycho. But still, I think I can be, like, alright.
I press the phone in my ear, trying to hear what's going on the other side. I hear my mom begging, please stop, my baby, please stop, I'm pregnant. And Dad roars, for the love of God, she's pregnant, she's pregnant. Layla whispers, Lord Jesus, don't let them kill us. Layla, what's going on? You have to speak to me. Layla, what's happening? The phone screen flips and I see what she is seeing. Mama's on the ground with her hands behind her back and a gun to her head. Daddy's being hauled back by another cop. And then the picture blurs as Layla runs, running, Mama, Mama. And then it disconnects. Faith asks why Mama's yelling. And I can't answer. My mind is racing. It's like a personal horror movie in real time.
I know I need to do this in a way where I don't come off as a pussy. I don't want this to be the defining moment of this kid's high school experience. So I say, hey, you can't be throwing things at people. And this little freshman looks up to me and says, I could beat your ass. First off, I say, that has nothing to do with what we are talking about. The point I'm trying to make is that, and then he interrupts me again and says, no, dude, you can't beat me up because you're not stronger than me. I am out of patience. So I say, fine. I'll beat you in an arm wrestle. If I can prove that I'm stronger than you, then this can all be done, okay? Arm wrestling is lame, he says. Fight me. Those 2 words flip a switch, and before I even have a coherent thought, I bring both fists up under his jaw, throwing him into the wall. Within like 3 seconds, I have hit him 7 or 8 times. He has cuts on his cheek and on the bridge of his nose. I hear my teacher yelling as he is running over, telling me to get the hell out! And then it hits me. What am I doing? I am not like this. I think I'm going to jail. I'm 18 and I assaulted a minor and I'll probably lose my job. The school police show up. I'm standing there, shaking uncontrollably. I start to sob. I know they think I'm a monster.
It's 2 a.m. No one is home yet. I do the dishes. My mind is racing. Grandma calls and tells me that my parents, Uncle Pete and Grandpa, were arrested by the police. This makes me feel worse because Grandpa's 83 and he's got a mouth on him. Grandma shows up at around 4:30 a.m. and we play cards until I fall asleep. The next morning, Aunt Violet shows up with everyone in her car, and I throw my arms around Mama and try not to cry. Grandma tells us to come into the kitchen, and Daddy keeps touching the bruise on his face. Grandma sets out the coffee and starts making breakfast. Layla leaves. I can tell she doesn't want to talk to anyone. I watch Grandpa as he measures out 6 spoonfuls of sugar into his coffee. And Daddy's watching Mama, looking mad, and she's looking at her belly like she's afraid that her baby is broken. I help Grandma with the eggs and Aunt Violet sets the table. Grandma puts out the ketchup and people start eating.
I know I messed up bad. I talked to the police and principal. I sit outside the door as they're trying to figure out what to do with me. The other kids in the office are pointing and laughing at me. I don't care. Then I see Roger come out of the nurse's room. He walks towards me. I'm sorry, Marty. Then he puts his freshman arms around me and gives me a hug. I'm stunned. I don't know how to respond.
It's quiet. Grandpa looks up and starts telling the story about my great-granny who lived in Mississippi with her older brother Grady, who was 17. He says that Grady went missing on a Saturday, but they found him on a Tuesday. He says, "Them white people hung him up from the willow tree we used to play under as kids." I sit next to Dad and put my head in his shoulder. Then Aunt Violet adds that the KKK burned down the all-black girls' Catholic church that she used to attend when she was a little girl. And Daddy adds that they burned down the church that his granddad used to attend. Everyone's thinking, and their voices are hard, but I can just tell they're trying to hide all the fear they feel inside. Grandpa looks up again and says, "Nothing's going to change, and tonight was proof of that. It's not like when somebody does something bad, there's justice. Let's face it, these white people are straight up inhuman." I look away because I don't want to believe that everyone is like that.
I am suspended for a couple of days. The next time I have art medals, I go in early to talk to Mr. Hazel alone. I don't want this one incident to impact his impression of me. I really enjoy his class. This isn't a class I come to because it's required or it's just another credit. But before I even get to say any of that, he comes up to me and says, "You know what happened the other day? That kid deserved it." Then he high-fives me. Is he kidding me? I get in a fight and I beat the crap out of another kid and I get street cred just like I used to in middle school? Man. Nothing has changed.
About a month after my parents were arrested, I'm in the theater dressing room saying the same words over and over again, feeling the butterflies in my stomach. I'm about to perform for our Black History Month celebration. I tell myself it's going to be okay. I performed this for the talent show and I won first place. I breathe slowly and smile. I just want everyone to love it. I've done plays and performed poems before, but this is personal. When the show host finally announces my name, I'm terrified. I take a deep breath and walk on stage with my head held high. The audience is silent. I step up to the microphone. My afro absorbs the spotlight, a black halo shining in the dark. I take a deep breath and begin. Children are born with dreams. As a child, I dreamed of being a writer. I felt my soul in the ink. I didn't need to be athletic. I just needed to think. I'm nervous now. I'm speaking about how I was bullied, how I lost my voice. Then I hear the laughter. I try not to let my thoughts stop the words from coming. Their laughter feels so loud. I'm alone in this spotlight, feeling the weight of 300 pairs of eyes on me, and yet all I hear is two people's laughter. I'm describing how I cried to my parents about what students have done to me, expressing my innermost thoughts about society, and yet all I hear is laughter. I want to walk off the stage. I feel the tears coming, but I refuse to cry. I know somebody needs to hear this, and that's what makes me stay. One moment I am pouring my soul into the mic, and the next the bell rings and everyone's walking out. It's over just like that. Ray meets me backstage and says my performance was decent, which is a compliment coming from him. Then this mixed girl approaches me. She introduces herself as Mariana and says that she thought my performance was amazing, then says that she was so grateful to hear what I had to say because she felt the same, and it made her feel less alone. For a moment, listening to her shifts something inside of me. It drowns out the laughter I heard from earlier. My humiliation dissolves away. My words made her feel less alone. My future suddenly becomes clear. I want to make more people feel like Mariana, that they aren't alone, and that they aren't outcasts.
It's shaping up to be another normal day in the lunchroom. Cold pizza, sitting alone at the only free spot, and the table's open because it's next to the guys that like to whistle at girls and grab them as they walk by. I bring my headphones so I don't have to hear what they gotta say. My eyes are down at my pizza when I'm interrupted by this guy. He reaches out and touches my hair. Excuse you? I slap his hand away, an action I've seen other girls do, but this just encourages him. He grabs my arm. I flinch and try to pull away, but he won't let go. I'm trying to stand up and flee. This guy is so much bigger than me, and I don't want to make a scene. I don't want to go to prom with you. He's not letting go, and I'm getting scared. His friends are laughing and calling me names. That's when I hear behind me.
Raymond Carlisle Jr., you better keep your hands to yourself and mind your damn manners before I tell your mama you're laying your hands on little girls.
Ray's eyes grow wide, and he lets go of my arm at the sound of this gigantic voice. I fall back, surprised by my release, into the arms of Ruby, the girl from the Black Excellence performance.
Test me, boy. See what happens. I know you're trying to get with my daddy's work. I don't think he'd be very happy to see you acting like this. Plus, aren't you trying to get that Black Leadership Award program? Yeah, I don't think so. So you better watch your mouth when you're talking to me and my best friend.
Is she talking about me? Ruby's arm is still around me like a mother protecting her child, and I just hang there stunned. I don't know what to say.
Apologize and I'll think about it.
Ray mumbles an apology as his friends snicker. Ruby spins me around and whisks me away to her table while Ray tells his friends to shut up. The terror I felt from being with them just melted away when I realized I don't ever have to see them again. Ruby still has her arm around me, protecting me defiantly. I look up at her like, I'm your best friend?
You are now.
Ruby moves me to a table filled with people. People who are laughing and smiling. People that all look different and the same. Ruby tells me these are the theater kids, and she introduces me to them. They start to tell me about themselves. They actually want to know about me and what I like. I feel so happy. I almost start to cry.
I feel pretty good as I leave the GSA meeting. Marty thanks me for coming and takes off to his math class. So I go to the lunchroom to meet Bernicia. As soon as I get there, I can tell she's pissed. She pushes me hard on the chest. I don't expect this, so I'm a little off balance.
You got something to tell me, Franny?
No. Hey, just come on. I grab her arm, and she pulls away.
I don't want to go anywhere with you.
I put my arm around her shoulder, and she shrugs it off. Her eyes fiery. But I can also tell she's close to crying.
No, if you have something to say, you can say it right here. No more sneaking around. Are you dating a guy?
What?
I heard you went to a gay meeting with a guy. Is it true? It's one thing to sneak around with some girl, but a guy? Are you kidding me, Franny?
Bernicia, that was Marty from advisory class. He just wanted me to go with him.
And you told everyone you were gay? Really? So you're into guys now. Why am I the last to know about this?
I blank. By this time, the losers in the surrounding tables have started yelling things at me, taunting me. I can't hear what they're saying. I can't hear anything. In this moment, I am frozen. Bernice is getting loud. How do I make her understand something I don't even understand myself?
Roger is sitting next to me telling me some story when I see Bernicia go off on Francesco. I can feel my body getting tense, and even though Roger is still talking, I've tuned him out. I can't really hear what Bernicia is saying, but she looks super pissed off, and Francesco looks really upset. I see a ripple go through the kids in the cafeteria like a wave. Then I see a milk carton get thrown and it hits Francesco on the side of the face. People have their phones out and they're pushing forward, and then Roger, he gets up and he starts encouraging people to fight. Yeah, Marty! Get that faggot! Don't call him that. I can feel my anger rising inside of me. And Roger's grabbing me and trying to pull me towards the crowd. And what if I start punching and I can't stop? What if I just keep fighting and I hurt someone bad? I get up and Roger is whooping because he thinks I'm going to join his fray or something, and instead, I push him and I run the other way. Roger's shouting, calling me a pussy, but I know what I'm doing. I'm running to get help. I can't do this alone.
Danny breaks through the crowd and starts pushing people back. I see as the principals start running towards us, way down the hall. That's when Bernice slaps me across the face. Hard. This triggered something. In a moment, everybody started throwing food at each other. Hitting me, hitting Danny, hitting each other. I see as Bernice is being pulled away by her friend, with tears streaming down her face as she screams at me. That's when someone steps between us and punches me straight across the face. And everything goes black.
I thought that was gonna be trouble.
This is all my fault.
It was you up against a lot of ignorant people.
You okay? I just talked with Bernicia.
You did?
She was pretty upset, but I found our GSA counselor and we talked her through it. She seemed to understand. I mean, you're still going to need to talk to her, but at least she understands that bisexual means you're not gay, and I told her about Marty in the meeting.
Thank you, Ella.
It felt amazing to help her figure out what she didn't understand.
I wish someone could explain what I'm going through. I have a total reputation for punching Roger. Everyone thinks I'm a crazy person.
Yeah, that was pretty intense what you did to that kid back there. I was there.
I know. They will never get people like us.
Yeah, I get you, because people just think I'm another loudmouthed black girl. Right, Mariana?
Uh-huh.
I'm so sick of being a black girl in this country. I want to move to, like, Jamaica or somewhere where being black is just normal. Want to come with me, Mari?
I don't want to leave. I just want people to stop with their judgment.
Try being non-binary.
But there's nothing we can really do about it.
They will never get people like us.
They don't know us.
Can we change that?
Maybe.
We could tell them or even show them, like I did with my poem.
There's not enough of us.
What if we made a group? Something to do with social injustices.
Like GSA, but with a wider focus.
We can invite people to join. That way we can help each other and change perspectives in a wide, diverse group. We could send a message.
About who we are.
And how we wish to be seen.
How we feel.
What we can't change.
And what we can. What's the date?
March 7th.
Let's meet on Monday.
When I imagine the future,
or think of the ideals I hold,
I think of a brave space
where people can be different
and comfortable with being who they are.
It begins with me.
I will hold myself to a higher standard.
Refusing to let others define what I say.
Or what will I do?
Or not do.
The truth is,
in America,
there are many injustices.
Beyond just being black.
or having a different sexual identity,
or not being accepted.
There are still so many things to fix.
That means being really proactive.
I have made my choice.
I have discovered my own identity.
I have found my voice.
I am stronger than I ever thought I could be.
I know I have the power to make a difference.
I'm opening that door.
Learning to breathe.
Changing the pattern.
Being true.
This is it.
I have already initiated the sequence.
This is a blooper. But... oh no, I completely blanked. Alright, well I'm gonna restart again.
Being attracted towards guys, but the I don't know what's up with me today. Just can't speak. No speech for me.
Excuse you? What is wrong with me?
I got. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I haven't even started, so that's okay.
Each breath. I am feeling a little psycho. I can be like, all right. It's one thing after another, Jimmy. My phone rings. Damn it! My phone rings so loudly.
A person there changed their mind, but I can influence their perception by being myself without shame.
This on? Oh. About my great granny, who lived in Mississippi with her older brother Grady, who was 17. He says that Grady went missing on a Saturday, but they found him on a Tuesday. He says, them white people hung him up under the willow tree we used to play under as kids. I know, the dream.
Listen up, boys. You gotta go.
So you waiting for the kid crowd?
Yo, she has to go too.
The Johnson family is screaming in the background. so I made that name up for them.
Why am I the last to know about this?
There's a reminder for Jordan.
And my alarm went off.
Ah, man. Alrighty then.
Date black girls. At least it wasn't the train.
And start over.
Come on, dude.
Whoa. What? I got that all right? And I didn't even pause? And I zoomed in on my huge forehead? That sucks.
Brain is 49% male and 59%. That is not right math.
All black girls Catholic Church. All black girls Catholic Church. The all black girls Catholic Church. The all black Catholic school for girls. The all black Catholic school for girls. The all girls black Catholic Church. All black girls Catholic. The all black girls Catholic Church. All black girls Catholic. Is it a church or a school? The all black girls Catholic school. The all black girls Catholic school.
Kid. Oh, dang it, I messed up. Oh no, I forgot to plug in the microphone. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Oh no, I'm restarting this.